Welcome to the Private Lender Podcast with your hosts from Hard Money Bankers, Jason Balin and Chris Haddon. This podcast is sponsored by HardMoneyMastermind.com.
Yo, hey everybody. Thanks for checking out the Private Lenders Podcast. Chris and Jason here. A couple quick things to go over, then we're going to dive into the show. So today we're talking about how to be your absolute best in private lending. And I'm going to dive into what that means. And part of the trick is that you don't have to be an absolute perfect expert in every single area, more that you need to be well-rounded in the important ones, right? We're going to jump into that in a second. So quick announcement that we recently calendared our first Inner Circle meeting. And so, as you know, we have the podcast. We also have the online mastermind where people come to do all the training with us, interact with each other, share deals, resources, all of that. And now we're finally doing, this little pandemic kind of threw us off. We're finally doing our in-person Inner Circle meeting. You can learn more about it at hardmoneymastermindinnercircle.com. There is an application process. There's going to be a meeting of approximately 20 lenders and us here in our area, Columbia, Maryland, not far from our office, in early November. And then another meeting is going to be, 2 a year sort of thing. One in November, most likely one in early May. And we're super excited about it. We're looking forward to it. We're reviewing applications now, signing up the right people. If you're interested, check out hardmoneymastermindinnercircle.com. Okay.
I think we only have 7 spots left out of 20 something. So
we have a lot of applicants.
They've been filling up because we haven't talked too publicly about it. It's more of we've reached out to a lot of folks that are inside the mastermind group already. So if you're not in the mastermind group, go to hardmoneymastermind.com, create a free account, network with several hundred other private lenders and hard money lenders there. And if you're interested in something a little bit more advanced and you want to share your experiences and get a lot of value from other lenders from all over the country, just check out hardmoneymastermindinnercircle.com.
All right, let's dive into the show. It's an important topic. Talk about how to be the best in the industry for what your goals are. And the best doesn't mean the biggest. For example, if your goal is $5 million with your money and a couple people deployed, and that's the goal, and with the income that you want and all that, cool. When we say the best, we don't mean the biggest. We don't mean that you have to have a 20 or 40 or $50 million portfolio. We mean the most skilled private lender for what your goals are. And here is the crux of this whole thing. So you don't need to be 100% black belt expert in any one area. It's way more important to get to around 80% proficiency in the important areas. So I remember reading I forget which Tim Ferriss book it was, 4 Hour Body, 4 Hour Chef, one of those. Anyway, he said when it comes to learning a skill, rapid learning of a skill, it's pretty easy to get to 80% proficiency. Going from 80 to 90 and 90 to 100 could take a lifetime, right? Yeah. But getting to 80 is not that hard. And it's where you need to be in a few different areas of this business. I find that sometimes people are a little imbalanced in their skill sets in private lending. Like, for example, they might be a great underwriter and they can analyze the hell out of a deal, but they're a 0 on the marketing side, so they have no deal flow. So what are you going to do? What are you going to underwrite if you got no deal flow? Same thing on the capital side. If you are great at freaking investor relations and you can raise all this capital, but you don't know what you're looking at when a deal comes in, you're too light on underwriting, that's not a good formula either. And so jump in on this too, Jay, but here's the different, in essence, skill set domains I think are important in this business. Marketing, because everyone needs deal flow. Underwriting, being able to underwrite properties and loans, credit underwriting properly. Marketing, underwriting, investor relations, legal, understanding the legal stuff that apply directly to what we do. Don't have to be an attorney, don't have to be an expert, but you got to get it. and also accounting/finance.
Yeah, I was going to throw finance in there as well, because this business isn't about doing the most deals; it's about making the most amount of money on the deals that you have. And there's a lot of lenders out there that I know that do not charge enough, and then they complain that they don't have enough capital to do all the deals that they have. It's like, okay, well, if you don't have enough capital, but you have a lot of deals, charge more, and you'll do the same amount of deals, most likely same, if not better, and you can make more money on it. I'd also like to throw in kind of the business, just business in general. General business, just general running a business. I mean, there's a lot to do with running a business. You're managing employees, you're managing vendors, you're managing your business in general. But I agree. Like, I like to look at it as, you can get 80% of proficient pretty quickly. With reps and experience, you'll get to 90%. Chances are you'll never get to 100%. You'll never need to get to 100%. No. And the beauty of hard money lending, private lending, is you can do it any way you want to do it, right? A lot of folks in the mastermind group are categorized as, most of the folks are one or two people, one or two categories. Number one, they have a few $1 million of their own money that they want to deploy responsibly, and they're trying to meet and talk and network and utilize other people's resources, other people as a resource to be able to responsibly deploy. It's like, hey, got a few $1 million. I want to deploy responsibly. I don't want to lose that money, and I want to make the most I can out of that money. And I'm not looking to grow this into a gigantic organization because, I don't want staff and employees and headaches and things like that. On the other side, there's lenders that are actively marketing for deals, actively looking to raise capital. So maybe they have some of their own money, and they're looking to turn it into more of a business, a general business, and looking to scale and looking to grow. And there's nothing wrong with either one of them. But like Chris said, you need to get to that 80% proficiency in all of them. And the biggest mistake that most private lenders and hard money lenders make is they're not spending enough time on marketing, and they're not taking it seriously enough. And when you're not taking marketing seriously enough, and you're not getting enough good looks at good deals, you're not going to do as good at deals, right? Because if you get 10 deals a week and you want to close one of them, 10%, not all that great. Imagine if you got 30 or 40 deals a week and you only want to do one of them. Imagine how much better that one deal would be. And I would say, and this is kind of just us kind of talking together. We haven't really planned this out. Like, I would say that if you had to go all in and learn something, I think finding the deals is the most important thing. I mean, that's where I think we create a lot of success. I remember when we spoke at our friend Ian's mastermind group a few months ago, and there were some private lenders in that room as well. And one reached out to say, what do you think the biggest, and why do you think you became successful? What was the biggest reason why? I was like, I think at an early stage, we realized how important it was to find deals in the market for deals over and over and over and over and over. And because we have so much deal flow that continually comes in, and that's one thing we're never shutting off. We're going to continue to try to get more and more deals, not just because we want to do more business, but because we want to do better business. And whoever has the most deals are going to have the best deals.
That's a good quote. Write that one down. Whoever has the most deals are going to have the best deals. In addition, the way that you get good at the different domains that we were talking about is by doing the thing. And like, why might we, Jason and I, be better, more skilled lenders than a lot of people in the mastermind, for example? Not everyone, but a lot of them. We've done thousands of deals. We have thousands of reps in on this. That's not including all the leads and the conversations and the whatevers. Closed deals. I don't know what we're at, 3,500, 4,000, something like that. That's a lot of reps. That's a lot of comping of properties. That's a lot of bringing in capital. That's a lot of the entire transaction over and over and seeing different title scenarios and what can we do here? And like, man, that is a good one. Whoever has the most deals will have the best deals. God, why didn't we come up with that before?
Just flow.
That's a great way to say it. I mean, it's in the flow, that's a great way to say it. You need those reps. You're going to beat your competition with repetitions. And if you're talking about the different domains that you need to get good at, that comes down to reps too. So how do you get proficient at marketing? You do marketing every day. How do you get proficient at origination? You follow the scripting and you get reps in every day. How do you get efficient at investor relations? Talk to freaking investors a lot. Like, like how do you get proficient at accounting? Look at P&Ls and the other necessary reports. Like you just do the thing day in, day out, week in, week out, schedule it, calendar it, do what you need to do. And with reps, you will become that 80% plus proficient in the important areas of the business. And then you just kick everyone's ass, then you're good. And then your competition isn't like half the operator you are. I know we're ranting a little bit here.
Yeah. And again, it depending on what size operation you want will depend. You know, if you're trying to go to this to a whatever, 30, 40, $50 million operation, you need thousands of leads a month. Like that's what you do. If you are looking to deploy a few $100,000 of your own money responsibly every month, you don't, right? But you still do need deals, and you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not trying to find the best of the best deals that are out there. And I've seen, you know, we talk to a lot of lenders throughout the country, and you know, there's a big gap between the ones that are doing good ones on a regular basis and the ones that aren't doing, you know, that are doing so-so deals, right? And keep in mind, even if you don't have a lot of volume, and like I don't want to hate on anybody, obviously, because even if you don't have a lot of volume and you get a few leads, doesn't mean that they're bad deals. Don't get me wrong, right? Doesn't mean that they're bad deals. You follow the formula of 65% of the after repair value. Maybe you do 70 or 80% of the purchase price plus construction costs. Maybe you're doing a small balance, low LTV bridge loan, you know, for a good qualified borrower with good credit. I'm not telling you that's not a good deal. It is a good deal, but you want to get the best deal that you can, right? Instead of doing a 65% LTV deal, wouldn't you rather do a 60 LTV deal or a 50 LTV deal? Like that's all we're getting at. And it's imperative to do it if you want to scale. But even if you're small, you know, put the time and the resources in to try to get the best of the best deals that you can, because, you know, why not? They're just going to be that much better.
Absolutely. If you have the most deals, you will have the best deals. Yeah, good stuff. Anything else to add on that topic? I know this is I was driving into the office this morning. I was thinking about it. I was listening to a podcast that was somewhat related, and I kind of translated it into private lending. And I thought it definitely hits, you know, that like hopefully the people listening can take a look at their own operation or what they want their operation to be like and see where you're light, see where you're more competent, see where you're less competent, throw it on the whiteboard. We're big whiteboard people. Throw it on the whiteboard, the different domains that we were talking about, like marketing, underwriting, investor relations, legal, and accounting / finance. Start there. Could be others, but good start.
Yeah.
And look at it and think about where you're light, where you're more competent, what you need to work on, and how you're going to get those reps in. You know, like get up to that 80% mark, and you'll be fine. You don't have to go past that. Yeah,
and listen, if you're listening right now or watching this right now, and you say, well, you know what, you know, I'm really good at a lot of stuff, and I'm short on maybe capital. Well, let's focus on raising capital. You know, continue to focus on that. You obviously need to continue to keep it bringing in good deals, because you're not going to raise capital unless you have good deals, you know, for your capital investors to fund. But keep working on that on a regular basis. Like stay focused on that, and it'll come. And the good part is they all kind of happen together, right? Because you need deals, you need capital, you need to know how to underwrite. You need everything. So it all kind of happens together.
Absolutely. And, you know, get those reps in, stay on the grind, keep pushing where you need to. You'll get there if you put in the work. It's a great business. We hope, depending on where you are in your personal business, we hope that you get value from our podcast. It helps push you in the right direction. It helps you make more money. That is our sincere hope. That is why we do this. That's why we run the Mastermind, because we like lending money and we like talking about lending money. If you want to take it to the next step, you're welcome to come check out the Inner Circle. It's Hard Money Mastermind, innercircle.com. If you really want to slam on the gas and take your business to the next level, come check it out. Hard Money Mastermind, innercircle.com to apply. And we look forward to talking to you guys next time on the Private Lenders Podcast.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Private Lenders Podcast. Please note that the opinions stated by all the speakers on this show are only opinions and not legal, financial, or accounting advice. Please make sure to always check with your own legal, accounting, and financial professionals. If you'd enjoyed this episode of the Private Lenders Podcast, we'd appreciate it if you spread the word. Make sure to check out hardmoneymastermind.com, the #1 free community for new and experienced private and hard